Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Pashvika. Welcome to the channel where we talk about eco-friendly, the nature lover. So if you're a nature lover, welcome back to my channel. I'm Pashvika. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how the plastics are actually made. Like what leads the plastic to be not at all eco-friendly. We were going to talking about the how the plastics are made, like how they actually made the process behind the plastics. We're going to be talking about in this video and actually taking a look why is it really not eco-friendly, like what's there inside of it that makes it not environment friendly. So let's dive in. Before go park, consider clicking the like button, guys. I do really appreciate that. If you want more such video, consider subscribing, hit the bell icon, so whenever we upload new videos on this channel, you're gonna get notified about it. Let's talk about the plastics, hasn't it? It's a hot topic because there is a lot of the plastics have been accumulated on this planet, and people are looking for the ways to actually recycle it, to actually make it in a form that is more decomposable, that is more biodegradable or something like that. We are still looking forward to that kind of technology. But first of all, we need to actually dive into what makes these plastics not at all eco-friendly, like how they are actually made. We were going to talk about that process, so let's dive in. So plastics are made from the natural materials such as the cellulose, coal, natural gas, salt, and crude oil through polymerization or polycondensation process. So it's basically made from the natural materials only, but the process makes it not at all natural, not at all eco-friendly. Plastics are derived from the natural organic materials such as cellulose, coal, natural gas, salt, and of course the crude oil. Crude oil is a complex of mixture of thousands of compounds and need to be processed before it can be used. The crude oil in an oil refinery. So it's basically the process of the distillation which actually creates the plastics from the crude oil, and these various different materials are being added in the process of making the plastics. So this separates the heavy crude oil into a group of higher components called the fractions. Each fraction is a mixture of hydrocarbon chain, chemical compound made up of carbon and hydrogen. So it's like an organic form, okay, which differ in terms of size and structure of their molecules. One of these fractions, naphtha, is the crucial compound for the production of the plastics. So they laid the foundation of basically the fractions, which is a mixture of a hydrocarbon. You don't know what exactly the hydrocarbon. It's a mixture of the hydrogen and the carbon, okay. So two main processes are used to produce plastics: the polymerization and the polycondensation. I think the process is kind of like that. It makes it a more chemical, requires specific catalyst. In a polymerization reactor, monomers such as ethylene and propylene are linked together to form long polymer chains. Each polymer has its own properties, structure, and size depending on the various types of basic monomers used. So there are the different types of plastics that may be grouped. So there are the different types of the plastics, the thermoplastics and the thermosets. So thermoplastics which soften on heating and then harden on cooling again. Thermosets which never soften once they have been molded. So these are the two basic types of the plastics you're going to see, the thermosets and the thermoplastics. There are a lot of the examples over here. So this is the process of basically the making of the plastic, that these have been made from the hydrocarbon chains of the crude oils, and the process of the polymerization and polycondensation leading to different kinds of the plastics. Chain reactions happen, the polymerization, the monomers combine and they link together and they combine a polymer chain that is leading to the plastic. They are creating a fraction. One of them was a naphtha, which is helping to make in the production of the plastics. All raw materials have been accumulated, that is the natural gas, the coal, the plants, oil, and it's refined into ethane and propane. Now these two, ethane and propane, are treated with a high heat in a process known as the cracking. This is how they are converted into monomers such as ethylene and propylene. So you would be thinking, okay, we get the natural gas, now what next? So they are refining them into creating an ethane and propane, and then ethane and propane are actually treated in a high heat known as a process that is the cracking, which is converts them into propylene and ethylene. Now these monomers, ethylene and propylene, are combined with a catalyst to create a polymer. That's the fluff. So if you know anything about the polymer chain reaction, then you could very well relate to this process. Like the two monomers have been combined in the presence of the catalyst to form a polymer. The polymer is fed into the extruder where it is melted and fed into a pipe. The plastic forms a long tube as it cools, so it's formed into long tube, long pipe shaped. The tube is cut into the small pellets. Pellets are shipped to factories to be melted and molded into small bottles. So this is kind of like a process where how the plastics is made, then it's been used, melted and used in the various water bottles, the packaging, the auto parts, the medical devices, and much more. So the word plasticos, meaning to grow or to form. The word was used first as an adjective meaning formative, capable of being deformed without rupture. Then it began to be used as a noun. Like paper and glass, plastic is a product of a complex process. Plastics are polymers. A polymer is a large molecule made of smaller ones called the monomers. These monomers are derived from materials found in the nature, such as natural gas, oil, and plants, which I already talked about that. This is the process of making the plastic. Now, this is the chain reaction that happened between the ethane and the propane, which they are converted into propylene and ethylene, and then they are reacting again together as a monomer in the presence of the catalyst, and that catalyst is fed into the pipe in the form of a long tube, and that will convert it into a plastic. And then they actually cut them into small pallets and send to different factories for use in the various different purposes. So I think that the process is quite complex. Like it's similar to the different materials that have been made, like the glass and wood and all those kind of stuff. So the process is quite complex. That makes the plastics, and that is the process. It's made from the natural products that are available in the environment, but the process makes it into a product that is not at all eco-friendly, that is not at all biodegradable, that is just creates the accumulation. So this is the process that of creating the plastic. Now, what if we can find a way to actually decompose, to actually convert this plastic into a reusable, or maybe decompose them, or maybe use some sort of a ways in which we can recycle it. Now, of course, there are so many companies. One day I came across one product on Instagram. I was just looking for the new ideas, and then I came across one product, and they were actually recycling the plastic bottles, and the plastic bottles tap, like the caps, they were recycling and converting into the coasters, and they were selling them. So that kind of technology the people are about to working on to recycling these plastics, because I think that the process makes them kind of in a way which is not at all eco-friendly. So we need to get a way to actually recycle them, or maybe have some kind of process to actually decompose them. Like we have to have a technology around here. Of course, there are so many researches being going all around the world. People are looking forward to substitute an alternative, or maybe a way to actually decompose this plastic and to convert into a something which we can actually use in our day-to-day life, and which is more kind of like eco-friendly, decomposable. Because if we are just keep on accumulating a lot of the plastic, it will be really headache in the future, and not at all be able to have a way to get out of this thing. So I think that the origin, how the plastics is made, is can help us to actually find a way to actually decompose this particular plastic. So that's what I thought, that making this video of talking about how the plastics is already made. Like many of you, the people don't know how the plastics are made. So we need to know the process, and then we can find a way to actually decompose them, to recycle them, or maybe degrade them the way we can. We can just test drive and see the different ways. But I'm also looking forward to more eco-friendly substitute. Like I came across recently with the silicone, with the eco-friendly resin. Now, if you don't know about the resin, then I could make a separate video on this particular topic. Let me know in the comment section below. Like if you are also from an art background like me, I'm an artist, so I'm looking forward to different ways which I can be more eco-friendly, through my hours, through my selling the work, through the day-to-day stuffs that I use in my life. I want it to be a more eco-friendly. So I think that I'm going to be talking more about the resin in the next video, because I feel like people do use a lot of the resins in the industry, on the wood, on the home decor items, like on the jewelry. There is so many different use of the resins, but do you know that so many resins that are available in the market are synthetic, are derived from the plastics? So we need to find one that is more eco-friendly, that is more environment-friendly. So in the next video, I'm going to be talking about an amazing alternative to resin, the eco-friendly, I recently came across, and I feel like I'm going to be giving it a test drive and see whether it works fine or not, whether it's really eco-friendly or not. We will going to dive in that particular thing in the next video. So consider subscribing if you want to know more about it. So thank you so much for tuning in today's video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video of about how the plastics are made. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about this video, and also are you also looking forward for more environment friendly alternatives? Let me know if you have one in the comment section below, because it will going to help all of us becoming more environment friendly, more environment cautious, because that's what our focus for this channel and focus for our life as well, to actually use a product which are more environment friendly. So hopefully this video will going to help you. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you so much for tuning in today's video, guys. See you for the next time. Take care. Bye, guys.